Hello to everyone from Maribor today morning. I will present today the Strategic Research and Innovation Partnership, SRIP, a network to the transition to the circular economy. We are from Slovenia, and this is the one of the activities in Slovenia in the way of circular economy. When we're talking about circular economy, of course, we are talking about the changes in the business models. And from linear economy, if we are talking about take, make, and dump, of course, and then we have waste. And after that, we're talking about circular economy, how we can close the loop. And of course, how we can build the models on the capital on the economic way, natural and social level. And the principles, how we manage this is designed out of the waste and of population, keep products and materials in use, and regenerate natural or ecosystem. Of course, our question is, are our resources fixed or unlimited? And when we looking after the answer of this question, we have to think about how to preserve the values of the products, semi-products, materials, their optimal consumption, of course, the using, repairing, and so on, and of course, collection or recycling. On other side, if we are looking the national or international activities, all over the world, we are talking about the responsible consumption and production. And this is our way how the Slovenia want to go out of the waste and other high-tech products and all activities in the way of circular economy. Slovenia has many different activities already done. And one of these is the smart specialization of Slovenia. And under this, we created 9 different focus areas. And one of these is also circular economy. And under this level, we are working also in the SRIP circular economy. What is circular economy, SRIP? It's a long-term sustainable public and private partnership where we are put together companies, R&D institutions, NGOs, validators, users, and of course, state. And if you see, the first time we are putting together very closely companies and research, and this is one way where we want to be an excellent example how we can manage in the way of circular economy. Very shortly, I would like to present all our focus areas. As you see, we have 6 different areas. And on these areas, we would like to manage the value chains and also the international value chains, because this is very important how we can manage and collaborate with other regions, other countries, and also international projects, because this is very important if we want to be very creative, smart, and in the way with the results of circular economy. As you see, sustainable energy is very, very important. And if we are talking about this part, is also under the Green Deal, the new strategy of the European Union. On other side, we have also the new strategy since March, the action plan of the circular economy on the European level. And all these things, we are also putting our action plan for the SRIP circular economy. The second part, which is very important, is also biomass and alternative raw materials. And the third part is secondary raw materials. Under this part, these focus areas, we have many different ways, and also how we manage in the future with the sludge, with the technology, wastewater, and also with the drinking water, which is very, very important for our safe life. And the next part are functional materials. Here we are talking about smart packaging, new materials, how we manage with the different technologies, and all these kind we put together in the processes and technologies, where we are talking also about green chemicals, green, if we can call so in this way, also technologies with hydronic technologies and so on. On the end, if we put all together, we have to think about circular business models. And under this, we have to change not just the knowledge about it, but also the people. That means the profession of the future and also the career for the new employees. And on the end, as you see, we would like to manage also the collaboration with the startups, because one part of our SRIPs are also collaborations with the startups and other entrepreneurship, also other companies. At the same time, we are looking for also the private-public investment. So we are looking for the partnership in the public arts on the European level, Slovenian level, and of course from the private investment. And the human resources, if we are talking about circular economy, are very, very important on the whole level in the company, for example, but not just in the company, also in other part of the society. And we have to mention also the innovation, which is very important in all part of the society, mostly in the R&D institutions and in the companies. And at the same time, if we are talking about circular economy, we have to think about digitalization in this part. And just from the beginning, if we are produce the new products, high-tech products, for example, we have to think about eco-design. On the end, circular economy, SRIP, is also very active in many different platforms on the European level. One of these is One Gut initiative. The other is cluster collaboration clusters, where we are putting all our activities, informations, and we are looking also for the networks for the future collaboration. And we are also the associated member by BioB, because one part of our SRIPs is also bioeconomy. Here is our contacts, and I hope that we will manage many different things and activities together in the future. On the end, first, I would like to present now some examples, very good examples from the members of the projects. And at the beginning, I would like to ask Mr. Bojan Suvorov, head of the Department for Coordination of the Smart Specialization in Slovenia, by the government Office for Development and European Cohesion Policy. And after then, I would like to ask Mr. Bart Stegeman, who is director from the Plastica Skaza company. Then Mrs. Dr. Aleksandra Lobnik, she is director of the Institute for Environmental Protection and Sensors. She will present Greentech projects. And on the end, I will ask also the representative ladies from Pulp and Paper Institute from Ljubljana. Thank you very much.
It's my turn, I understand, yeah?
Yes, please.
So, hello to everybody. I had some challenge now at the beginning before connecting, so I actually skip almost complete presentation of Dragica. Anyway, I would like to thank her that she invited me here, that I have opportunity to speak at this conference on behalf of our S4 team as representative of Government Office for Development and EU Cohesion Policy. I have to also stress that I'm for the first time at this Podim conference, and I'm speaking from my home, understandable because of the COVID situation. And this all is exciting. It's new, but I believe that it's a big leap forward to change our behavior. I also have to share with you something at the very beginning, and namely, I am a newcomer in this field. I had actually 2 decades of experience in the EU field, in the field of EU funding, from pre-accession to European cohesion policy. But anyway, in this field, I'm a kind of startup in the field of circular economy and smart specialization strategy. However, I do have an excellent team who already positioned quite successfully Slovenia's smart specialization strategy on the EU map as one of the best performing strategy in the EU. And therefore, I'm excited to work with these colleagues in the current and in the future programming period. There are challenges in front of us, and I'm confident that we will conquer them all. You probably know that smart specialization strategies are known in Europe by abbreviation S3, but this is not really true for Slovenia. Not that we are different. We simply wanted to be distinctive, and another S was added to this abbreviation S3. So we are using the term S4, which stands for Smart Specialization Strategy of Slovenia. This S4 found its place among the stakeholders in the government, among the public institutions, businesses, and also research environment. Well, in current financial and program framework, 2014-2020, you probably know that S3 method was treated as so-called ex-ante conditionality for the use of ERDF funding for the research and development measures. European regions, and in some cases, like in Slovenian case, member states had a chance to look at the S3 as a simple obligation for being able to access the ERDF money, or to do it properly, to prepare a meaningful strategy to be a strong foundation for development and growth. And the latter approach was chosen in Slovenia. We designed S4 as transformative measure for Slovene economy in terms of transition to circular economy and to the Industry 4.0, right at the very start. We are proud of this. The S4 preparation process ended in clustering of priorities under 3 headings. First, smart. Second, green and circular. And the third one being Industry 4.0. I say fortunate since the selection of priorities is evidence-based, grounded on comparative advantages of our development actors, which were discovered in partnership process of stakeholders. What is important is that S4 is not a political goal. It is an evidence-based opportunity. We believe that S4 will enable smooth transition to circular and smart and to the Industry 4.0. And this transition is backed up by state-of-the-art research and development players in the related industries. In the current financial framework, we were able to streamline the available funding via carefully designed policy mix in a focused and relatively well-coordinated manner to 9 domains of our S4 strategy. Under smart, there are smart cities and communities, and smart buildings and homes. Under green and circular, there are transition to circular economy, there are sustainable tourism, and there are sustainable food production. And under Industry 4.0, there are factories of the future, health and medicine, mobility, and last but not least, materials as end products. Almost €1 billion was concentrated to related policy mix, including R&D funding, support to pilot projects, internationalization, and human resource development. The branding of our S4 reflects the convergence as well as the imperative for future policies, equally highlighting transition to circular economy, digitalization, Industry 4.0, and of course the need for large-scale measures for adoption of skills and competencies. And of course, a few words about the next programming period, 21-27. The smart specialization strategy in the context of EU will direct the EU funding in the next programming period too. We can also say that it will be somehow upgraded and even more embedded into EU cohesion policy. The first policy objective for 21-27 framework is called a smarter Europe by promoting innovative and smart economic transformation, or in short, smarter Europe. And the smart specialization strategies are to become so-called enabling conditions that will trigger ERDF funding linked to the first policy of the objective, smarter Europe. A coherency with national sectorial strategies will have to be assured. In this context, I will mention only some of them, like new research and innovation strategy and, for example, industrial policy. Coordination of this process will be the core task of our team in weeks to come. And now let me say a few words on the entrepreneurial discovery process, or EDP, since this is the heart of S3 method. EDP must be headed for identification of innovative sectors, fields, or technologies where Slovene development actors have the largest chances for breaking through and for succeeding on global markets. EDP is bottom-up part of the S3 preparation process. The investments are to be based on an inclusive process driven by engagement of stakeholders. Therefore, the prioritization itself must consider market dynamics and the investments priorities of business sector. The governments can and shall do only the number crunching, meaning they shall prepare the analytical part of prioritization. EDP, as you might know, is a mechanism to provide for dialogue with business actors and to result in an evidence-based prioritization backed by participation of all relevant business players. This process, EDP, led us in Slovenia to 9 SRIPs, Strategic Research Innovation Partnerships. SRIPs are in full function to perform in current and we believe also in future smart specialization strategy. SRIPs membership is by default open for emerging developing initiatives and startups. I would therefore like to use this opportunity to invite and encourage participants at Podim to take an active part in EDP in cooperation with corresponding SRIPs. Please do get in touch with SRIPs coordinators, familiarize yourself with their action plans, and do link up with partners under domains of your expertise. At the end, I would like to mention a strong bond between Policy Objective 1 in 2021-27 framework, so Policy Objective 1, Smarter Europe, and Policy Objective 2, a greener, low-carbon and resilient Europe by promoting the circular economy, a theme of this session. As you notice in my speech, I did not dwell on this, since Dragica already did quite a lot and you will speak about it. So allow me at the end to thank Dragica to enable me to share these words with you and to congrats the Podium organizers for putting together this event on this new footage in digital form, enabling all interaction of presenters and participants. Podim is, in practical terms, showing the way toward Industry 4.0. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Suvorov. Because we have to be in time, I would like to ask immediately Mr. Bart Stegeman from the Skaza company, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Dragica, also for the invitation. I see all the messages that we have to hurry up a little bit, so I will start immediately with sharing the screen. I hope you can all see it. Does it work? Probably. Do you see my screen?
Not yet.
Something went wrong. Okay, interesting. Very nice. Apparently not able.
Maybe we can change, and you in between during the time you can fix your PowerPoint presentation.
No, it's not the PowerPoint presentation what went wrong, but when I started to share the screen, it gave me a message. So I will try to do it. Okay, interesting.
Hi Bart, is everything okay?
No, it seemed when I wanted to share the screen, I got a message that something went wrong.
Maybe you should refresh the page and try again.
Okay, let me try.
Tamara?
Yes, yeah, zdravo. Yes,
Zdravo. Hello. Could we wait a little bit or ask another one?
I'm back in and something went wrong. I got a nice message in the top of the corner. Yeah, this always happens, of course.
Are you on Google Chrome?
No, I'm currently on Microsoft Edge.
You should try Chrome or Mozilla Firefox.
Okay, and let me do this. So let me go to the. Okay, so I will take the link of the session. Okay.
May I suggest, if this isn't working, Dragica, that we go to another speaker?
That would be.
Yes.
I will try to get into on Google Chrome.
Yes. I would like to ask then Mrs. Aleksandra Lobnik, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi. I will try also to screen if it's possible.
Good luck.
Yes. You can see?
No, we cannot.
You cannot. But I can also speak without the slides.
That's
I
great.
will I will present a new circular economy concept from textile and plastic waste towards chemical and textile industries feedstock. Before that, I would like to present IOS, Institute of Environmental Protection and Sensors. We are RTD dealing with innovation, mostly from 3 different areas, coming from water waste recycling processes, as well optical chemical biosensors, and we are using also nanotechnology, nanomaterials for both these areas in the water recycling processes, which I will show, which I will present furthermore, as well in optical chemical sensors, because the sensors become much more sensitive, selective by using nanomaterials. IOS developed not only recycling, it's not interesting only on recycling of water, but also of textile materials waste, but also in recycling of water. Therefore, developed membrane biological reactor, which shows much better efficiencies for water cleaning, and this means that such a water can be recycled and reused again. Some short description on sensors. Sensors are also very much interested for interesting to follow up the freshness and detection of meat freshness. This means that we can prolong some time of the meat, for instance, and this means also that we can decrease the amount of the food waste. Then we are also in water monitoring, air monitoring, protection, security, and we are developing mostly sensors which are used for personal use. This means that each of us can easily detect the air, water parameters which are around you and which are you are using. This means that they are not very heavy, and they can also include connected mobile phones. At the moment, we are dealing with 3. One is Min Eranit project, Met Recycling, where we are using nanomaterials, functionalized magnetic nanomaterials for recycling of rare earth metals, which are mostly used in electro waste. Another project, it's Eurostars project, where we are recycling heavy metals using also functionalized magnetic nanomaterials. These are more interested for metal industries or metals in wastewaters. We are also at the moment in demo project, polycircularity, where the leader is Gorena, iOS, it's partners among Mikropodim, Snaga Textina, and we are dealing during this project recycling packaging materials, plastics, to gain new secondary raw materials. And now some words. Greentech project, which 2020 the last development on this EU project was last year, but still we haven't concluded completely with this project. This Greentech project deals with a new circular economy concept from textile waste towards chemical and textile industries feedstocks. And the coordinator was SOX from Germany, co-coordinator was iOS. Greentech has 20 project partners from across 10 different EU member states. Partners include industrial association, businesses, SMEs, and research institutes. And this means that we have really very nice development from the high level science to the some real fine. Of course, textile today, it's a big issue. 75 million tons of textiles are used annually, and only few percentage of the overall textile waste flow is recycled. Currently, around 60 million tons of textiles annually are sent to landfills or are burned. So benefits which comes out of the Greentech's DEMA pilot plant are that non-variable textile waste become a valuable source for new feedstock, improve collection, public awareness, improve social involvement with the issue of textile waste, and we have now also improving standards for efficient industrial symbiosis with a new business model in circular economy. During the Greentech project, we also delivered or we built up a demo pilot plant here in Maribor in Slovenia, which can deal with tons of textile per year. We are dealing, of course, with different kinds of the textile waste, including also which enables more than 90% of water which can be recycled and used again. In the same matter, also all other chemicals as well enzymes are recycled and reduced. So which kind of steps are included in demo pilot plant? The steps and follow the depolymerization of 4 major textile compositions. This means that we are dealing with cotton, wool, polyester, polyamide, and their blends. So we can depolymerize pure textile as well the textile blends. We are using the secondary raw materials like terephthalic acid coming from polyester for new synthesis of new polyester textile or polyester plastics. We are continuing with this approach. Demo pilot plant is running all the time. We are improving at the moment the efficiency of the processes. Well, the economy means that the optimization the most priority tool to achieve market price for secondary raw materials like terephthalic acid. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, then it's my turn.
Yes,
and, yes, and here we go.
Thank you very much to
Okay.
Mrs. Lobnik.
Can you see my screen?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Plastica Skaza is a company who is working already 42 years with plastic. And plastic nowadays can have a negative connotation, but we are lucky to be the front runners in this area and focusing on environmental solutions with plastic and with the use of our products. So we have our mission and vision to basically change the world together with all the people around us. And this strong idea of what we want to do and where do we want to help also led us to basically become a startup. A startup in the sense that we came from an industrial company to launch our own products for the end consumer. And of course, there were plastic products, but we have in our own line already more than 80–90% of eco material. So either bio-based, either recycled products. And why is this so important? Because we strongly believe that with our innovative way of working and with finding the right ecological ways, our products can have a benefit on the world. But because Podim is also a startup scene, let's say, concept, I would like to speak a bit about how to be a startup and why are you able as a startup to survive, also when you just have a good idea, also when you have a small team. In the beginning, it's very important that with your team of people, when you have a good idea, when you are a startup, when you have a product in mind, get your values right. The values at Skaza, we focus on experience. We set ourselves high goals, but within this, we respect the natural resources and we are fully responsible also to the nature. And of course, this takes a lot of courage. So those values that we have, we also would like to challenge you, all these startups, to think, okay, what are your values? Because if you're able to align your values in your small company, or maybe already a big company, the percentage of being successful increases more and more with the alignment of those values. And this was also our key start point to how to develop new innovative products for the circular economy. So we got our values aligned, and we got also confirmation of that when we made our next step to find out who we really are. So which archetype are we at Skaza, and to make sure that we are consistent in everything what we do. And this is also, again, for all your startup companies over there who are listening, try to understand who you are, what you are, and which DNA do you have. And here I have a few examples of Nivea, of Lego, of Coca-Cola, National Geographic, of Jeep. Yeah, try to find out what is which brand are you, because it will make things much easier. It will help you define your customer. It will help you define your marketing campaign, and it will make sure that your, let's say, company or product will rise to the stars. You are able, when you are able to define who you are, the next step is to define, okay, where do we want to play? What is our playing field? Which products are we basically able to produce? Where do we play on? Are we a football player? Are we a basketball player? Are we a table tennis player? So it's very important to define your playing field. And then officially start a process of defining your products or your service. So here at Skaza, we follow the Design Council Double Diamond. And of course, these are the, let's say, 4 pillars of the council. But the next step is how to adopt them and how to make sure that in our, let's say, our world, our playing field, this is working. So the next step is to find out where do we have issues, where are we able to find solutions for our customers, and how to make sure that in the end, when the launch is done, yeah, this goes as fast as possible. So through all this process, it's very important to find out what are the needs of markets. Do we have all the resources? Do we have all the financial results? And supporting all of this with the research and development team for our, let's say, new materials, especially in the circular way of thinking. Next step is to make the business model canvas. Probably all of you have heard about this elementary part of the whole business to understand exactly where you are. So you can very fast find out what are your KPIs, how fast can you put your product on the market, and how fast in the end you can also make some money. So make a launch as fast as possible and get your, let's say, money back, your return on investment as fast as possible. And in the end, products come out. And very important also to understand is what is the life cycle of all these eco-friendly products. So on the left, our picnic set is made of 90% out of eco materials, so based on bio-based plastics. Our first generation composter, which is not only made from recycled plastic, but also has the purpose to lower the amount of organic waste and make sure that with this organic waste you have a better compost, and which is very much needed nowadays to let the earth, let's say, shine again. And the second, let's say, third one on the right, again, completely made from ecological plastic, but also design-wise won a Red Dot Award. So not only the usage, not only the purpose of the product, but it might also be a nice product for on your counter. Our methodology is define the playing field, get through the double diamond,
But of course, not only that. We have some other supporting processes, which also include working with startups, which of course we want to support from a certain point on. So all the startups who would like to work with us, get your homework done. Yeah, get to us when you are at the end of the first diamond, and we are very happy to support you. In the end, also together with all the stakeholders, we find out what's the best ease of implementation, which has the most value for the customer. And in the end, there comes a roadmap with a timeline of all the launch of our new products. So I hope I was able to explain a bit in how we do it at Skaza, which in fact we are still in the startup phase of this own brand, and how we are able also to support startups. And especially if you get your values right, you will be more successful than all your competitors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I will ask the representatives from Pulp and Paper Institute. And on the end, I would like to ask our special guest from the circular economy, Ms. Mariagiovanna Vetere. She is the Vice President of the European Bioplastic and at the same time representative from the company of the Italy and NatureWorks Plastic. Please, Janja. Thank you. It is something wrong? Yes.
Hear me?
Yes.
Hi, do you hear me?
Yes.
Just a moment. So
yeah.
We'll share a screen.
We'll share the cells. Just if we could. Presentation.
Not yet. It's okay. Janja? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay for
Now
you?
do you
Can
see
you see
it?
it now?
From ICP?
Do you see it?
Hi,
You can go on. It's okay. Yes, Janja, you can go on.
Janja, is everything all right? Janja, we cannot hear you. We can see your screen, but we cannot hear you.
Tamara, I would like to ask you if you can help. And now I will ask the Mariagiovanna Vetere during this time.
Oh,
It's possible?
okay. Yes, it is.
Please, welcome.
Good morning. I will try to share my screen. Let's see if I'm able to do it. Do you see it? Okay. So I can start talking if you want. And well, Mariagiovanna Vetere, I'm the Vice Chair of European Bioplastics, and I also work for NatureWorks. NatureWorks is a US company. We have also business in Europe and in Asia, besides US. I'm based in Italy. Actually, I'm home, like all Italians in this moment. We just released the lockdown last Monday, so we are starting to go back to life again. So European Bioplastics. European Bioplastics is the association, the European associations, grouping all those companies who are interested in support bioplastics. It's a value chain association, so we have raw material producers, converters, composters, academia, universities, research institutes, and brand owners. But to go in the core of what we are talking today, what are bioplastics? Because this is something that we hear many times, and this is a question that have been done many times too. So bioplastics are a family of materials, of polymers that can be bio-based or biodegradable or both. Basically, just maybe change this. Basically, bio stands for two different things. It can be the feedstock that we use to produce our materials, or it can be the end of life. So the compostability, the biodegradation of the materials and of the polymer. And there is a big family of polymers that are part of these two different buckets. To go for the theme we are talking today, the circular economy, I like a lot how you worked until now with your association and with your organization, SRIP, because you are already in Slovenia doing the link between circular economy and bioeconomy. I had the possibility last year to be hosted by MEP Bogovic in Brussels at the European Parliament, and we could touch this topic. So it's clear that Slovenia is really taking a step forward in the bioeconomy space, which is going to be the future for Europe. I'm totally convinced that this is going to be the future for the European companies, including startups, like we heard before. So where bioplastic fit in this picture? They can fit in, this is the butterfly, the famous butterfly of the Mercato Foundation, but it's clearly picturing what is circular economy. So how our materials fit the different parts of the butterfly. So they can be recyclable. Some bioplastics, which are renewable, can be recycled, like bio-PET or biopolyethylene or biopolypropylene. And some other bioplastics are compostable. So they are clearly in the biological cycle. And in this case, we have polylactic acid, which is the material that my company produces, or PHAs or PBS or starch-based polymers. So these two kinds of materials combined can really answer to all the requests of the circular economy and the bioeconomy in Europe. They are produced through a biorefinery, and we see a biorefinery is something working with biomass and transforming biomass into products. And in the case of the bio-based materials, we use feedstock, and feedstock that we use can be very diverse. We can use agro-based feedstock, which are also called primary crops, corn, sugarcane, cassava, sugar beets, which are very widely used in Europe, lignocellulosic feedstocks, and I think we were going to hear also something about pulp and paper, which is a big renewable material. And even feedstock coming from other possibilities, like third generation so-called, can be algae, for instance, or organic waste materials, which are able to produce biogas that we can refine and use to produce building blocks for bioplastics. The bioplastic production today has not a significant impact on the availability of land and arable land, as you can see here from feed and food production is the one occupying most of the arable land after pasture, which is the biggest one. Bioplastic unit cannot even maybe see it because it's really super small. And even increasing will be difficult because today compostable plastics cannot replace all the applications that we use conventional polymers. So there is enough space to grow without compromise the availability of arable land. We take care of the sustainability of the materials that we use, of the feedstock that we use, and these are the pillars that European bioplastics bring forward to support the raw material producers like us, like NatureWorks, in making the right choices when we use biomass. So we need to have efficient use of resources, cascade uses typically, implementation of good agricultural practices, and the responsible choice of the right feedstock. For instance, my company has a plant in US, and there we use sugars from corn, which is widely available. If we should have a plant in Europe, we would use sugar from sugar beets, which are widely available in Europe. So this is more or less how it works and how it should work. And all of this needs to be certified by a third-party certification body. And this is where we go. We have different certification bodies today that are able to work on different platforms, and even supported by NGOs. You see here WWF, because it was the very first NGO supporting and asking the bioplastic industry to implement a certification for feedstock. So we use feedstock, but it needs to be sustainable. Bioplastic can be good for many purposes. Because of the renewable sources, they are a big contributor to the reduction of the CO2 emissions in the atmosphere. But the compostable ones can increase the fertility of the soil together with food waste that will be collected in them. And the soil, we know that is a big carbon sink, and again, a big contributor to our climate health. This is how the market is going to develop. I guess the slides will be distributed or anyway released, so you can see these figures if you want. I just have one comment. Our industry is still very small. It's a niche market still, but it's growing, and we are confident that this increase will be constant. Okay, we see the signals in the market, so we are confident that we'll continue to grow. But still, it's a small part of the big business of plastics. I will be quick on this one. Okay, so the market drivers for us are basically innovation. Bioplastic industry is a very innovative industry, and we are proud of that. So we go forward with that. And we are keen to support sustainability and environmental impacts. Again, this is where our sector is strong. And our materials are normally recyclable, or composting is organic recycling. So in both cases, we can play also on this field. But we have some barriers, of course. First of all, the access to the biomass, which is important for us. And we need to make sure that subsidies and quotas for the renewable energy sector are also based for the biomaterials. It's not only bioplastic. This is applicable for all the biomaterials. And we need to make the link between the raw materials and the manufacturers to make it more strong. And this is why we like also to highlight that we need a stronger link between circular economy and bioeconomy. It's a big job creator. I guess we saw this already also in the former presentations. Biomaterials can be a big driver for development and growth for Europe. And let's give a look to the applications, and I'm going to the end, so hopefully it was quick enough. Bioplastics can be used in a number of different applications. Although today we are not able to replace all polymers, conventional polymers, but still we can cover a number of applications. And the possibility to choose bio-based plastics or compostable plastics is strictly connected with the final application that we want to implement. So you can see, I can show you here some examples of our company, of companies which are members of bioplastics. So when we go in shopping bags or mulching film, it's clear the advantage of using compostable plastics, because then they can be composted and bring it back to the soil. Same account for the Italian Novamont. Or in this case, we have PLA, which is the same material that NatureWorks produces. And in this case, it is compostable and bio-based. So again, depending on which applications we want to use it, we will have different properties. This is a compostable material that can be used in a number of applications. I see here coffee capsules, which is a perfect application for bioplastics when they are compostable, because you can recover coffee ground together with the package, and coffee ground are very good for composting. So this is why we're happy to to promote this kind of application. And tea bags that instead of being sealed with polypropylene, they can be sealed with compostable plastics, and then they can be composted easily together with the tea leaves. And this is my company, NatureWorks. We are based in US, and with our material it's possible to make a variety of different products. As we highlighted before packaging, I would like to add to this list also toys, 3D printing. Today PLA is used for 3D printing, and it's a brilliant material to do that, which opens a variety of new applications and idea for the 3D printers community in all the world. And hygiene and medical, as you can see, wipes, but also surgical drapes, and today also face masks, because it behaves similarly to polypropylene. Some companies who are also investing in bioproducts and in bio-based products, like you can see DuPont, they can even go in apparels and footwear, waterproof films, and artificial leather. So it's even more innovative in some cases. So I think that was all from my side, and I think I have to do this. Shall I stop sharing?
Do you have 30 minutes? Enough for that? Did you finish already?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, thank you very much.
I can give space to the others if you want.
Mariagiovanna, thank you very much again. And now I will ask our colleague from Ljubljana, Janja, are you with us?
I think we lost Tanya again, although she said everything is working.
Yes, we saw also the screen and so on. But during this time, maybe we have 1 minute more. As we saw now and heard until now, we have many possibilities to work with the startups. And this is the invitation from the SRIP Circular Economy and also from our guests. So we can manage really good things for the future together, for the circular economy, bio-circular economy, if I heard already this new word. And of course, also the international, interregional projects, which is coming for the future in the way of circular economy or green technology and so on. Tamara, what we can do with Janja?
I don't know where she is. I suggest we wait a couple of minutes. You can discuss amongst yourselves now if you want.
Okay,
about
now I
your
will
topics.
ask again my guests, if you have one sentence for our startups for the Podim, but first I would like to thank to organizers for the Podim conference and for the invitation. We are very glad for this, and I hope we will also the partners in the future with the Podim conference. Thank you very much to Mr.
Thank you, and to you and to all other participants.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank
Maybe,
you.
Alexandra, do you have something to comment?
Yes, the idea, it's only starting point for startups. From idea to the final product, there are many steps. I would like to suggest people to follow their ideas, not to be afraid to go further, also if there are some problems arising.
As they witness slonnash.
Yeah, vidimo. Okay.
Okay.
Janja, you can start if you wish.
Okay, I could start. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, thank you for the invitation. I hope that will be okay these 50 minutes to our presentation. With me is Taya Kapun and Barbara Sumiga, and in these 15 minutes we will present you our best practice, how to better utilize our natural resources. We are coming from Pulp and Paper Institute, which is R&D institution of the Slovenian paper and converting industry. We like to present ourselves as a competent center on fiber-based materials, offering companies advanced knowledge and testbed for development of bio-based materials and products from idea to the prototype in our reference laboratories and pilot equipment. World average stats shows we use around 60% wood biomass, mostly for energy utilization, around 30% is used in wood processing, and 11% in paper production. It seems very clear that we are failing to use biomass efficiently, considering its potential to give us a wide range of biomaterials as end products or input materials for various industries such as paper, textile production, polymer industry, and other industry. Effective cascade use biomass is open business opportunity to develop numerous new bio-based materials. We are claiming that paper industry is already a role model for circularity because of multiple use of natural materials, high recyclability, and efficiently in the production, but facing strategy challenge both on the supply and demand side. First is related to long-term stability in the feedstock supply because cellulose fiber become more and more attractive to the other industry, which are already expressing in the increasing prices. On the other hand, significant changes are related to the markets for the paper products, thus pushing the needs for diversification. For this reason, we have initiated a strategy on ICP with other partners in different projects on how to better utilize our biomass sources. Our best practice are products and process from project Cell Cycle, Applause, and Inner Renew, which we will present it now. Pulp and Paper Institute is a leader of program Cell Cycle, which is flashing R&D program within a focus area of Slovenia's smart specialization strategy, networks for the transition to circular economy. In the project are 26 partners, and of these are 90 industrial. And are they exploiting the potential of various biomass, such as lignocellulosic biomass, waste from agriculture and industry for development of advanced materials and bio-based products for different industry, chemical, textile, paper, wood, and automotive industry, construction, engineering, and energy. The concept of the program is how to use biomass for development of advanced materials and bio-based products. For example, we valorized over 60 different biomass and use it in advanced process to produce nanocellulose, green chemicals, resin, and other additives. These products are used in the next steps for development bio-based packaging, which improve barrier properties for the paper industry, or bio-based functional products with high-performing filtering and insulation materials, lightweight and thermostable biocomposite for different applications in automotive, electrical industry. The main target are lighter, cheaper, multifunctional materials produced from the cellulose fibers. ICP main research focus is on development of advanced fibers materials for paper, board, and yarn, with improved or added functionality for which are ecologically friendly additives in different nanomaterials are used. Paper with multifunctional barrier properties on oil and fat, water vapor barrier was developed with process and product validation at technological level 6. One example is development of barrier coatings on transfer from the laboratory level to the semi-industrial level. The object was to develop the water-based barrier coatings for the paper-based food packaging. Different water-based coatings were used. More than 9 different coatings were prepared and applied on the paper with laboratory and pilot coater. Barrier properties were measured on the coated paper. We achieved the highest kit value, 12, and decreased the oil absorption, and we also decreased the water vapor transmission for 80%. Based on the parameters obtained from the laboratory level, such as behavior of the rheology of the coatings and the process parameters on the pilot machine on double-side coating, we obtained useful information for setting the parameters on the semi-pilot machine in Triseo, Switzerland. The transfer from the laboratory level to the semi-industrial level was successfully carried out. Now my colleague Taya Kapun will present for the best practice.
Janja?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Taya Kapun, and today I will take you through another example of good practice with a topic invasive alien plant species. The work was done within the project Applause, which addresses unresolved issues regarding the management of invasive alien plants in terms of zero waste and the circular economy. It is based on education and cooperation with citizens of Ljubljana and 3 principles of operation: do it yourself, process with us, and bring to the collection center. In the project, there are 15 partners led by City of Ljubljana. Before I move on, I will just shortly describe you what are invasive alien plant species. Many plants that are used for food and decoration are alien plants. Most of them remain in the fields and in gardens, but some of them found a way to spread quickly also to the natural environment. They replace native species, change ecosystems, cause economic harm, or even endanger human health. Due to their successful spread, they are called invasive alien plant species. They are found mainly in abandoned construction sites, along the roads and railways, on abandoned agricultural lands, along the edges of forests, and on river banks. How do cities currently manage IAPs? Invasive alien plant species are managed in a traditional linear way, which means that after collection, they are stored and transported for incineration, landfilling, or composting. But within the project Applause, Ljubljana experiments new circular approach to IAPs management. Once invasive alien plant species are pre-treated, they can be used as input material for several sustainable innovative products with economic and social benefit. They represent innovative example of sustainable management of IAPs, which may lead to opportunities for new jobs in crafts and industry. Here you can see some of the products that